Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Football Guys Sunday Morning Live. I'm your host, Joey Wright, joined as always by my stunning co-host, Jagger May. Jagger, how are you doing today?
Fantastic. Like we were talking, I'm ready to see some Will Levis today. We got some ugly QB matchups again, and I'm ready for
Do
it.
you have any bananas laying around, Jagger, that you could just eat, peel and all?
It's better if they get slightly brown because you can
Okay.
really dig into that flesh.
A little squishy there? Nice. Uh, our normal third man here, Jeff Bell and Adam Hutchinson, are both on assignment today. I don't know what those assignments are. I was not the one that gave them to them, but they both told me that they had assignments. So Jagger and I had to go out and find ourselves a third man today. And I think outside of like the NWO pulling Hulk Hogan, I think we pulled the best third man possible. Daniel Harms, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing well. It's funny that it didn't get through both Adam and Jeff that I was the one that gave them the assignment so that I could sneak onto the show for the first time. So all is good over here.
Guys, we're going to be here with you every Sunday prior to kickoff from 11 until 12 o'clock, answering all of your starts and sit questions. There are some trade questions, then we'll hit those as well. And make sure after the show today, starting at noon, Jagger will be over in our Discord answering all the start sit questions up until kickoff. And guys, before we get into some of the injuries and starts and sit questions, I kind of want to ask you guys about a start of the week. Daniel, you're our guest, so we're going to go to you first. Who's your start of the week this week?
My start of the week is Marquise Brown of the Arizona Cardinals. And I know I was really excited about watching him with Kyler Murray this week. And unfortunately, we don't get to see that. But this is a huge revenge game. It's the first time he's played the Baltimore Ravens since he was traded to the Cardinals. And I'm all about looking at these revenge games, but also the fact that he's getting the large majority of the air yards share over in Arizona. And Josh Dobbs is not just some backup quarterback. He's played really good football. Their offense is doing a lot of fun play action designs. They're getting him the ball over the middle of the field on some nice dig routes, some dagger concepts. Those are those vertical routes with a dig route behind it or underneath it. He's getting the ball in some very advantageous situations. It's also a game I expect them to be down. So they're going to be throwing the football a lot, which means a lot of volume, a lot of possible points. And I think he puts up a couple, if not one, if not more touchdowns in this game versus the Baltimore Ravens.
Perfect. Now, Jagger, for your start, I don't think we're going to have to go very far away from the Cardinals, are we? Jagger. Who's your start of the week? Oh, do we lose Jagger?
Oh, sorry. I was lagging just a little bit. I got you.
Man, my segue was so good.
It was so
good. I missed it. Say it again. Pretend it didn't happen.
All right. Okay, ready? Let's do another take. All right. So, Jagger, for your start of the week, I don't think we're going to have to go very far away from this Arizona Cardinals team. Who's your start of the week?
That was an excellent segue. Thank you, Joey.
Thank you.
Trey McBride. I'm just going to the middle of this passing offense. Again, this is a common theme with every fantasy football analyst ever since I've started 3 years ago. Tight end sucks, so we're constantly desperate for the next guy. Trey McBride is the next guy right now. He's a guy that we were drafting in Dynasty as a back end round 1, round 2 guy. And I mean, you got to think he's got the draft capital and he was an ex-Mackey winner and he's finally supplanted Zach Ertz. So this is a guy I'm willing to put in, especially in tight end premium. I feel like he has a very low bar to relevance. So.
And my start of the week this week, if you know me, sometimes you got to play fantasy football with your heart. Dameon Pierce, he was a guy that I was not drafting a lot of, and a lot of people know he is my favorite player in the NFL right now. The reason I wasn't drafting a lot of him is because this Houston Texans starting schedule was very tough. And I really didn't like it for Pierce. So I planned on going out around week 6, around week 7 and trading for Dameon Pierce. Now's the time to start Dameon Pierce. It's week 8. It's got a matchup against Carolina. I love the matchup for him this week. I think he's going to take off and Singletary is going to be left behind in the dust. Hopefully Singletary is not a thing. And this proves true. Guys, let's look at some injuries. Some players that we do know are out today. Deebo Samuel, David Montgomery, Deshaun Watson still dealing with his shoulder injury. Justin Fields will not be out there this week. Ryan Tannehill won't. We'll let you know who's going to be starting in his place here in a few minutes. Daniel Jones, Robert Woods will be out 2 to 3 weeks, and Zay Jones still out. Guys, when you're looking at these names, I want to kind of look at David Montgomery. You know, the Lions have looked really good. And last week, Jahmyr Gibbs looked great in a featured role. Do you think they are not necessarily in a rush to bring David Montgomery back now that they've seen that Gibbs can play out?
I don't think so, especially with Craig Reynolds. Like, to me, they just like Jahmyr Gibbs becomes the focal point, and then Craig Reynolds becomes the change of pace grinder. They're not going to feature that. To me, that seems like the obvious answer. I also realize that Dan Campbell doesn't care, and he'll do what he wants. So.
Now, Harms, I was kind of in on Damian Pierce with the running game against Houston. How are you feeling about Tank Dell and Nico Collins with Robert Woods out 2 to 3 weeks? Do you think the targets really start going their way even more than they have been already?
It's funny because I did a video earlier on Footballguys YouTube page talking about Dalton Schultz. I think Dalton Schultz might get more of the target share from Robert Woods, specifically because of the body type, and they're using him down the field a little bit too. He's got an 8.2 yards per average depth of target for the Texans this season, and with CJ Stroud developing that comfort, there's always this trope around the NFL that young quarterbacks love their veteran tight ends and love to go to their tight ends, and I think that Dalton Schultz is that guy. I mean, Nico Collins is going to get his. I think that it allows everybody to be a little bit more concentrated in this target share market, but Tank Dell is a guy they absolutely need to throw the ball down the field to more, especially when you want to target Nico Collins and Dalton Schultz over the middle of the field. And one of the ways you can clear that out is getting Tank Dell on a couple of deep routes. So concentration goes all around. I think the guy that sees the biggest bump, though, is Dalton Schultz.
I love that call out, and especially at the tight end position. Like, everybody needs tight ends if you didn't take Kelsey or Andrews. So that's a great call out there. Not expected to play today. Kyler Murray did practice this week, but they're not expecting him to play. Hold on if you got him in your IR spots. Just leave him there. He'll be back at some point this season, it does seem. And then Gerald Everett is not expected to play. They do say Joshua Palmer looks like the better chance to play as far as those Chargers pass catchers go. Still questionable for today, and we'll get an update on this around 11:30, 11:40. Tyler Lockett, Darren Waller, Jerome Ford, Zach Moss, Luke Musgrave, and Curtis Samuel. Now, Jagger, have you seen any updates on Jerome Ford? I kind of mentioned before in the show, it has been the most frustrating thing for me this week with the Browns saying that he's going to play. Now he's not going to play. And the last I saw is that he's going to actually test this out in pregame warmups. If Ford does play, would you be good with starting him?
I mean, yeah, because I think he still looks better than Kareem Hunt, as we've seen. Like, I think since last year, like that one season that we had where him and Chubb were relevant together is long gone. At least that version of Hunt. So as long as he's playing, I'm firing him up. I don't feel good enough to get cute and put Strong there. To me, especially as thin as we are and as explosive as he seems, the running game in Cleveland is the only thing that seems to be working. So I don't mind popping him in the flex. And to be honest, is where we have acquired him, you probably are putting him in the flex anyway. No one drafted this guy to be their RB2, so I don't feel too crazy putting him in a lineup.
All right, perfect. Some players that are expected to play today. Trevor Lawrence is expected to be out there. Brock Purdy, Jimmy Garoppolo, Will Levis making his season debut starting for the Tennessee Titans. Jerome Ford isn't expected to play because the news came out that he was going to test on pregame warmups. Raheem Mostert said himself he is going to play this week. Joshua Palmer, and I put this on there because we need to know this. Bijan Robinson is expected to play. He was not in the injury report, and there was no headaches reported. So hopefully he's not a headache in our fantasy lineups this week. Hopefully Bijan is out there playing. Daniel, Harms, whatever we're going with today, how would you feel if you had to start Will Levis today?
I would be hoping that every single other person in my lineup just balls out, because I don't think that he's going to end up playing the majority of the snaps in this game. I don't think he's the better quarterback between him and Malik Willis. I think Malik Willis is a better, and to be honest, more seasoned in the NFL offense that he's playing in. So when it comes down to it, if I actually had to start Will Levis, I'd be putting some mayo in my coffee. I'd be eating a banana with the peel to try to get as much Will Levis in the air as I possibly could. So hopefully he can have a good day.
And there's also the mayo in the coffee. If you're not a banana person, if you're a coffee drinker like I am, you can throw a little bit of mayonnaise in there. I did try it. It's not good. I don't know what Will Levis is thinking. I love Duke's mayonnaise, and I put Duke's in there. It still was not good. So, guys, if you're watching us here on YouTube today, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment on the video. It helps keep the lights on. Guys, let's get to some questions. These people have been very patient while I've jabbered on. Steve, first one in here today. Hey, football guys. I have to decide between Dak and Stroud for my QB2 in a Superflex league. Both have intangibles that make them a better start. Who do you like and why? Harms are going to come to you first. Dak or Stroud? Who are you starting today?
I'm going to be starting CJ Stroud always over Dak Prescott until we see the Dak from like 3 years ago, which again, we may never see again, unless Dak Prescott starts running more and actually becoming a better distributor of the football, which we thought Brandon Cooks was going to be that part of the offense. CJ Stroud's been a more accurate passer, delivering the ball down the field better, and he's got a really good matchup. He's right now against the Carolina Panthers, who their defense has been injured and continuously injured. Jeremy Chinn's pretty much done, maybe done for the season. Brian Burns is kind of banged up over there. I don't know what's going on with the Carolina Panthers defense. So it's CJ Stroud over Dak Prescott for me.
Jagger, do you agree?
Agreed.
Perfect. I'm on there as well.
Agreed. And I think this is a
All right, and the next one, Jagger will go to you first. Start Donta Foreman or George Pickens in the flex?
Pickens. Start your studs here. Like this is I think Jacksonville's got a soft secondary here, and I know we can't have a normal conversation surrounded around Pickens, but especially if we're talking about flex, Roschon Johnson, I believe, is coming back this week. You're going to want to start your studs. Let's not get too cute.
Absolutely. Sunday Morning Sounds proposed a trade in his PPR league. Waddle for Breece Hall. How do we feel about Waddle for Breece Hall? Harms, how do you feel about that?
Man, it really just depends on how you're going about your team, where your running backs are. If you're getting Waddle, if you're getting Breece Hall, but if you're trading away Waddle for Breece Hall, your running back situation needs a bit of some juice. I believe that Breece Hall is going to explode down the season. They've really done a good job of incorporating him throughout the season, sprinkling him in enough, and now Dalvin Cook has pretty much gone to the wayside. And Breece Hall, if you need running back help, like he's going to be the guy that gets you over the hump and helps your team get into the postseason, because I do think that volume is going to be monstrous down the stretch.
Jagger, what side would you be on?
I agree for Harms. I need a little bit more context. In a vacuum, I'm going to lean Waddle, because like to me, the Waddle has a higher chance of winning you weeks and then giving you, especially now that a lot of people use like the median scoring and stuff like that. That's the guy that I want there. I want any part of this Dolphins offense right now. But let's say if Waddle's like your wide receiver 3, and you need a running back, that's a whole other different conversation then. So
perfect. All right, next question. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Hi, football guys. This one's a tough one. We'll see if it's tough or not. Which 3 of the following would you start? Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, Dameon Pierce, Kareem Hunt, or Drake London? So we got to pick 3 of those guys. I think we would all be in agreement with Kirk being there.
Yes.
Jagger, who would be the next guy for you?
I actually like Drake London. I like the matchup, and I think that Desmond Ridder is back to where I thought he was going to be, which is not good, but he's going to be enough. It's kind of like it's Halloween weekend, so let's use some Halloween puns. When you're wanting candy and you're going to a place and you're like, oh man, I got a Milky Way. It's not a Snickers bar, it's not a Twix, but it's something, or like even worse, like I say he's a Three Musketeers. Like he doesn't have caramel, he's just nougat and chocolate. It is technically candy. It is technically a candy bar. So.
I feel like once we get off the show, Jagger, we have to have a talk about what you're saying about Three Musketeers, because I'm taking it very personally. It's hurting me to my core. But I definitely get what you're saying on that.
If we're talking about Halloween analogies, that's the thing about this question is you got 2 streets, one that has a ton of house lights on it, the other one that's kind of mixed in a little bit. If you're starting 3 guys, you want to get the most candy possible, right? How do you do that? You start 3 wide receivers. You go down the street that has the biggest potential to get you those points. And I think that while Calvin Ridley's had some busts, I'm 100% in on Ridley this week. And I know it's tough to start 2 wide receivers from the same offense, but they have, in today's NFL, the better chance to getting you the most points out of those 5 players. So I would take all 3 wide receivers myself.
And I would go the 2 Jags and then Dameon Pierce, because I'm stubborn.
That's awesome. Good. I like
it. Filthy one. Hopefully the question's not filthy, so I don't say sorry, Joe. Hey, football guys, in a half PPR, who do I start? Deontay Johnson or Tank Dell at the wide receiver? Who are we starting there, Harms?
Deontay Johnson. He looks fantastic. He had a rest day earlier. I think he's good to go.
And Jagger for the flex, Josh Jacobs, Raheem Mostert, and Kareem Hunt. You got to pick 2 of them.
You already did, buddy. Josh Jacobs, Raheem Mostert. I love it when you guys rank them.
Yeah, right?
It makes it so much easier for us. Anna in here with a good morning before a question. I always like that for some reason. When they just greet us before they're like, hey, who should I start? And hopefully no one actually sounds like that. Need 2 full point PPR, Zach Moss, Jeff Wilson, DK Metcalf, or Miles Sanders. Now, Zach Moss is, we need to check on his injury.
I was about to say, I'm monitoring that. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's good there. So let's just say that since Moss is clearly the RB2 at this point, let's just bench him. And let's start DK Metcalf. You're always going to hear me quote Matthew Berry, start your studs, start him. And then here is where I need to phone a friend, Harms and Joey, is where I was like, Jeff Wilson and Miles Sanders. It's crazy that I'm here, but it's like I almost would rather swing for the fences with Jeff Wilson than I would settling for Miles Sanders for 2 reasons. Actually, the more I talk my way through this, the more I like Jeff Wilson. The Texans have a pretty solid defense. Crazy because D'Amico Ryans is a really good defensive mind, so we all should have expected a team that has continually drafted top 5 and taken as many defensive players they have would have a good defense at this point. So I feel like Metcalf and Wilson are the 2 guys.
I'm with you. I like it.
I saw the nod from Harms. It's just always appreciated on the show. Good morning. Better RB2 play in half PPR, Brian Robinson or Tyler Algier? Brian Robinson would be my answer. Harms, where are you at on this one?
Yeah, I'm all on Brian Robinson. Tyler Algier, I think, takes a little bit of a backseat to Bijan, but because of what Arthur Smith did last week.
We can hope. We can hope.
AirPod. All right. Saxman Tommy. I like that. So far, leader in the clubhouse for names today. Full PPR, Kareem Hunt, Darrell Henderson, who was activated from the practice squad yesterday, or Javonte Williams. Ooh, Jagger. Pick one of those running backs for us.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of I'm leaning towards Darrell Henderson. I like Javonte. I'm playing narrative here. Like I live in Colorado. It has not stopped snowing and feels like 24 hours. We're looking at almost 12 inches. So they could run the ball heavily. But the Chiefs, like Harms is our Chiefs guy, and I think their defense has been solid. So if they can't throw the ball at all to convert, how viable is this running game? So am I going to play it safe? I think I'm going to go with Darrell Henderson for the simple fact that he's not playing in this horrendous weather. And let me tell you, boys, I'm not ready for winter at all. I'm not prepared for the snow.
I really think we missed an opportunity this morning to have you stand outside with a microphone in the snow. I think that would have been a great visual.
Thinking about it now.
It would have been great content. And why am I thinking of it now? Harms, where are you at on this one?
If there's one thing that the Chiefs defense hasn't been great at, especially without Nick Bolton, who's done for the next couple of maybe month or so, it's not defend the run. And in a game like this, where we know Sean Payton wants to run the ball, they were pretty successful running the ball in the first matchup. Russell Wilson just couldn't help out because he passed for 105 yards. So I'm leaning Javonte Williams when in these 3 guys. It's a tough situation, but I lean Javonte here.
I don't like when you guys do this to me because I have to break the tie. I have Javonte ranked highest in my rankings of these 3 guys. And Dane in here. Good morning, Dane. I think Dane's been here with us every week. Good morning, gents. Damian Pierce, DeMarcado, and JSN needs 2. I'm going to throw it to Harms first, and we'll see if he says the wrong names if I kick him off the show. Go ahead, buddy.
All right. So Damian Pierce is the one to go to here, and I'm going JSN. Because you've got 2 guys on the wide receiver pool that are kind of injured. I think they're getting him more involved in the passing game as well. And they need him in the red zone specifically to be able to take some of the load off of Talaka and DK Metcalf. So you got JSN and Damian Pierce for me.
Jagger, where are you at on that?
I think, I lean the same. And again, I'll take the guy that I know, Damian Pierce, to save play. And I think JSN is the ceiling play. So you get the best of both worlds there.
And outside that window behind you, Harms, there's I don't know if it's a squirrel trying to wave to us. There's something hitting the window over and over again. Is it a tree?
No, it's actually like I can't tell. So this right here is a reflection.
Yeah.
It's like my hand. So I talk, so it's a reflection off of the stuff behind me from my monitor. Actually,
are you a magician when you're not here with us on the show? Because that's some real sleight of hand stuff right there for us.
Prefer not to say.
All right, Dane in here with another one: Jahan Dotson or KJ Osborne. We will not flip a coin. We will make the determination for you. Harms, where are you going on this one?
Oh, Dotson, you've let me down so much, but I'm going back to the well. I can't do it. I'm going with Jahan Dotson. That he's a better player than KJ Osborne, and it feels like Addison and Powell have been the two guys, and then TJ Hawkinson, and then it's KJ Osborne. So I'm going Dotson.
Yep. I agree. And it's like you said, man, like this is a aim for the bushes one, and we're sorry.
Yeah.
But like to make you feel better, Dane, Dotson is like he's ahead of Terry McLaurin in targets. It's weird. This is a fluke year. I'm buying low in Dynasty. So
Absolutely.
to give you an example.
Perfect. All right. Good morning, gents. I don't know if there's any gentlemen on the show this morning, but I appreciate that. Half PPR league, Kendrick Bourne or Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett is questionable, but they're expecting him to play. Jagger, where would you go on this one?
If Lockett's playing, I think I'm going to have to start him because Bourne has been my cute play that keeps working. So it is Miami, and I believe it or not, I think the Patriots, I don't think they're going to win, but I definitely like what I saw with them with the Bills, and they kind of are taking the normal New England Patriots arc where they're just awful, ready to blow it up and fire Bill, and all of a sudden they find it. I'm not saying they're a playoff team, but I at least think that they can put up points in a game where they're going to be playing from behind. So I guess my answer is Lockett still.
Are you going Bourne, Harms, or are you with Lockett as well?
No, I'm going Lockett. If he's playing, I'm starting him over Kendrick Bourne, period.
Yeah. There's always been this neat narrative in Miami when the Patriots come to town, the Dolphins just smoke them. I think it'd be really funny if the Patriots went into Miami today and just destroyed them.
Look, after last week's NFL slate, I don't consider anything out of the question anymore.
Yeah. All right. Morning, Mandy. Flex issue. Donta Foreman, Kirk, or Metcalf. It'd be Christian Kirk for me. Harms, where are you going?
Yeah, he's the best. I mean, floor and ceiling play out of the three.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think you have a flex issue at all, my guy.
No. You're Sully's 360. All right. Good morning. PPR start 1 out of T. Higgins, Gus Edwards, Romeo Dobbs, Kendrick Bourne, or Tyler Lockett. And Jagger, you're going to love this. He has Zay Flowers and Lamar starting already. This is a very pro Zay Flowers program.
Yeah. As you should.
So we got to pick one of those guys. He's got some good options. Jagger, where are you going on this one?
Higgins. I hope they've gotten it together after the bye,
All right. Harms, you in agreement on that?
If Tyler Lockett was fully healthy, I think I'd play Lockett, but it's Higgins for me here.
I feel like this could be the week of the wide receiver 2 breakout. Not breakouts, but just like, okay, you've been on our team. We haven't looked at you much. T. Higgins. We saw Chris Godwin on Thursday night get a touchdown. Like, let's get T. Higgins the ball.
Do it.
All right. Andrew Goodman. Morning, gents. Do I dare start Sam Howell in Superflex? I know I am, but I'm not happy about it. My running back replacement options are Darrell Henderson, Zach Moss, or Devin Singletary. Would you guys start any of those running backs over Sam Howell in a Superflex?
Yeah, and I hate Sam Howell, but he's Blake Bortles, so.
Okay. He's got Olave, Ayuk, Flowers, and Addison. Would you start any of them over Sam Howell? That's a little more interesting. He buried the lead on this question.
Yeah, right.
How are these guys? What do you mean? Like, I have questions. Are these guys on your bench? Like, what do you like? Who? What?
Every so
what
often,
Justice League of America do you have over there?
Every so often we get these viewers that come in, and sometimes I feel like they just want to brag about their team because they're like, it's really good, like good drafting, good trading. However, you acquired all this. I would any of those wide receivers. I would actually give a real strong thought to starting over Howell. I would do Zay Flowers.
To me, I think I'd still put Howell because, like I said, he's putting up 20 points every week, and it's the ugliest 20 points you could look at. Like it's pretty bad looking, but at the end of the day, a W is a W, and Sam Howell can get you there. Like, is he bad for Dotson? For sure. But it's Blake Bortles, man. We've done this. Jameis Winston, we've done this. These garbage time, we're playing from behind. Let me get the ball down the field, scores points.
All right, Kenneth in here. Tilt to the side a little bit, looking real cool. Sit one, Drake London, Dameon Pierce, or DK Metcalf. Harms, where are we going on this one? And I won't kick you off the show.
Oh, man. If I sit one, it's probably DK Metcalf in this situation. He's extremely touchdown dependent, and then they can't score in the red zone. So,
and he's still a little banged up. Like, even though he is playing and he is not on the injury report, we still know he's coming off of something. All right, Citron Physics. Ooh, getting a little smart in here. Boo. A truly, sorry. He wasn't booing us. This Halloween says, boo. A truly scary situation. There we go. All right. Ritter versus Minshew. Who should he start?
Oh, okay.
Thanks as always. Hey, you're very welcome.
It is pretty scary, dude. That is apt. But you got Kyler coming back. I think I like Minshew. I think I'm going with the better quarterback. I just think he's a better quarterback, and I like Downs and Pittman. So
interesting. I don't think he's a better quarterback than Ritter. I think Ritter just struggles in the red zone. But I'm going Ritter. I think Minshew is a Jekyll and Hyde situation where last week you were like, hey, he got 2 rushing touchdowns. This week he might throw 3 picks. And I know Ritter is going to give me 2 picks, but he's also going to rush for a touchdown probably. So I'm going to lean Ritter here just because of the weirdly good Atlanta offense.
I was updating quarterback rankings this week, and Tua right now is the QB 5, I believe. And I was shocked because I was like, Anthony Richardson, we all know he looked great. Richardson and Minshew combined have more fantasy points than Tua. I was kind of surprised at that the Colts quarterback as a collective. I thought that was interesting. That just means
rushing floor
Richardson's been really good. That's it. There's 4 points per passing.
That's what I tell everyone. Tua is having an MVP caliber season, and he is still outside the top 5 because of rushing, or just like barely there.
All right, Austin's in here. Good morning, Austin. Good morning. Oh, fam, we're his family. So, hey, well, welcome to Thanksgiving. We were talking about family at Thanksgiving before the show. I have 2 flex spots and 3 options. Jonathan Taylor, Raheem Mostert, and DK Metcalf. You've got 3 pretty good options. Any thoughts? Mostert would be the slam dunk start out of this group for me. He did say he is playing, so I'm going to trust him on that. And then so it's between Taylor and Metcalf. With the Zach Moss injuries at Jagger, would you be on the Jonathan Taylor side?
Yep. This is a case where like maybe flop Mostert and Taylor, but they're close to me, but you ranked them. So
perfect.
Exactly.
James in here. Jeff Wilson, Justice Hill, or Jerome Ford? Harms, where are we going there?
Yeah, if Jerome Ford, if he's cleared to play, you start him and you don't look back, in my opinion. And then it's Wilson and then Hill.
Yep. Justice Hill was fun for a week, but it's Gus. It's the Gus bus.
It is the Gus bus. Justice Hill doesn't have a fun nickname like Gus Bus, so why are we going to pick him?
It's true.
All right, good morning, guys. I have 1 spot to fill and need to decide between these guys. Kareem Hunt, Dallas Goedert, Alexander Madison, Gus Edwards, T. Higgins, Cortland Sutton, and Romeo Doubs. Who are we going to go with that 1 spot?
1 spot.
Higgins and Goddard it's Higgins, Goddard, and Edwards, and everyone else for me. So to me, I think Higgins is a ceiling play, Edwards is a 4 play, and Goddard is the wild card. So
yeah,
I might get a little spicy here and go Goddard. I think that he's not even just the ceiling play. I think that he's become more involved in that offense as of late. He's probably the best bet to score a touchdown out of all these players as well. I think it's weird. I think I'd lean Goddard.
I don't hate it. So
yeah.
Who do I start? Odell Beckham Jr. or Tyler Lockett?
Lockett.
I think it's Lockett if he's healthy. Absolutely.
No doubted.
No. All right. Which 2 between Barkley, Gibbs, and Christian Kirk? Now, France, that is a very, very interesting question.
Who is the rest of your running backs? Because I just, and your wide receivers, I just feel like Christian Kirk can probably find his way into your lineup. But then again, you guys do some wild stuff. So like some of these questions that we have for you guys, talk to me in the Discord where I have some time, because I have a lot of questions over here. But I think I lead Kirk, Gibbs, Barkley in that order. So
in that order, yep.
Yeah, because Gibbs and Barkley are both top 12 running backs for me this week. And I don't think I'm speaking out of turn there. So
no.
Yeah. So take a look at the team and hop it. What's a good reminder, Jagger? At what, noon? You're going to be there in the Discord chatting with people, giving me a little break. No, I'll still be in there probably too, hanging out, because what else am I going to do? All right, I live on this show. No, I have a home and stuff with family. All right, Jack. Hey guys, my team is now. Should have started with my darn bench. Covered that one up. Pick one for PPR flex: Devonta Smith or Kenneth Walker versus the Browns. Kenneth Walker was a name that was popping up in the injury report early in the week, but I guess he is going to play now. Is that the last
we've heard on
him?
He popped up for an hour.
Yeah, football guys. Dave Kluge's huge Zach Charbonnet fan. He was just like pumping it up in the chats. Just
me too. I was too.
You were too.
But it's Devontae for me. Devontae. Remember, this is a wide receiver 2 get right week. This is for Higgins. This is for Devontae Smith. This is for Jalen Waddle. This is our week.
I like it. I'm with you.
I think we should that needs to be our banner this week. That's this is the wide receiver 2 get right week. Like we called it here. All right. Hopefully it all happens for us. Micah's in here with us again this morning. Good morning, Micah. Happy morning, guys. Pick 2, full PPR. T. Higgins, Tank Dell, and Josh Palmer. Love our work and happy Halloween. Well, I'm glad you don't find our work scary, so we appreciate that. Thanks for being with us here every week. For me, it'd be T. Higgins and probably Tank Dell. I do think the Texans are going to have a good day today. And Joshua Palmer, there is an injury concern with him, so that might just be the safe play to play Tank Dell over Palmer for me. Harm's rate on that.
It's also the ceiling play too. Like that's not pretend. Like Josh Palmer has had a couple of good games in like last year, but terms of like those deep targets and deep touchdowns, Tank Dell and T. Higgins offer those where I don't necessarily see that for Josh Palmer. So I'm with you.
I agree. Yeah.
All right. Valerie's in here by a beautiful waterfall, it seems. That looks nice. Lovely, Valerie. I've got Amon-Ra St. Brown's, Nico Collins, Tyreek Hill, and Jordan Addison. You're doing well. Which 2 should I start? I can start 3 wide receivers, but I'd have to bench either McCaffrey or Breece Hall. You are not benching McCaffrey or Breece Hall. So which 2 of these wide receivers are we going to play today, guys?
All right.
I think Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, Tyreek and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Tyreek's in there.
Yeah, it's like that's not even a question. But you have a good problem, Valerie. Good for you.
Yeah, right.
Valerie, if I were you, I would maybe take Nico and Jordan Addison and go see if you can get yourself a really strong wide receiver 3 with those 2 guys. You could really build yourself maybe like I don't even know. I think I would aim higher than Jalen Waddle if I'm going to send those 2 guys away from my team. But that might be something to do, is look for a trade.
I like it.
All right. Ann's in here. Good morning, Ann. And happy game day. Oh, trick or treat. I'm a prankster, so I do like tricks a little more than I like treats. Because that's a lie. Because look at these chins. I like treats a lot. Jagger,
I make lots of treats.
It depends on what side of I am. If I get to choose, do I do the trick? I would rather do the trick, but don't play me with my candy. So just give me the treat.
I'm a treat. I bake a lot, so it's all treats for me. I'll do whatever. I love them.
Beautiful. All right, Byron in here. Byron, who do I start in my RB2 spot? 1 PPR league. Let's see, Mixon, Foreman, or Spears. And you got 1 spot to do it. That's a tough matchup for Mixon today, but I still think I'm going to go with him because if Roshan's active, it's the best 50-50 split for Foreman.
Mm-hmm.
You guys agree on that? Or?
No competition really for Mixon. Like it's straight volume play, in my opinion.
Yeah. And Brown is out this week for Cincinnati. So.
And they don't tush push, so like he gets those goal line touches. So.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I need to stream QB this week. Jordan Love, Derek Carr, not his brother. Apparently, Dan's last name was Carr. He's hiding it there with the C, but he let us in on the scoops. So thanks, Dan, for letting us know that. Or Sam Howell. So Jordan Love, Derek Carr, or Sam Howell. Where are we going?
Sam Howell.
Okay. Sam Howell. Yeah.
It's weird to
like
say,
it.
But
I don't like it, but
I don't mind Jordan Love. I mean, I have to start Sam Howell in a Superflex league. So I'm right there with you, Dan Carr. All right, in standard for flex, Karen's in here. Good morning, Karen. Damian Pierce, DeMarcado, Foreman, Josh Downs, or Devin Singletary. So I guess she's got to pick one. I think everyone knows it'll be Damian Pierce for me. Jagger, were you on that?
I think Pierce is the floor play. I think Downs is the ceiling play, but I'm probably leaning towards Pierce. So,
yeah, if it was PPR, I would be leaning Downs, or even DeMarcado. But I think the fact that it's standard is Pierce for me.
Oh, I missed that caveat. Yeah, standard. So definitely Pierce. Yeah, you're right.
And for QB, she needs to decide between Trevor Lawrence with a knee brace or Derek Carr with whatever he's got going on this year. Not being able to throw it over 10 yards. So Trevor or Derek Carr today?
Trevor with no leg.
I was literally about to say Trevor with no knees over Derek Carr.
And then, oh, that was me. Okay. So now I know where we're at. Okay. So we've hit this is now the chats are alive. Okay. Does Taysom Hill get enough touches if Michael Thomas is out to start over Thomas? You know, Taysom Hill popped up in the injury report. He's expected to play. I might start Logan Thomas over him because I never know when Taysom Hill is going to get points. Harms, where are you on that one?
This is a tough situation for this tight end situation, but the one difference, in my opinion, is the Taysom Hill just a tight end. He can throw a touchdown or he can rush for a touchdown. That gives me more avenues to points over Logan Thomas. With the Eagles bringing in Kevin Byard, who's going to be playing, it sounds like, in this game, I'm going to start Taysom Hill disgustingly and begrudgingly over Logan Thomas.
Yeah, I think they're both gross, but
it's
like you said, like the avenues, the fact that he does run the ball and throw the ball, that those are ways to get points.
Mm-hmm. All right, David Phillips, need a safe floor in PPR Superflex between Geno, Bryce Young, and Kareem Hunt, please. So he needs a safe floor. Is Geno? Let's see where Geno's at in my rankings. Let's see how safe he is.
It's definitely Geno for Superflex floor.
Yeah, even though it's a tough matchup, it's probably the safer of the options. Yeah. All right, Cup in here.
I'm starting
Superflex.
Bryce Young.
You would start Bryce Young?
No, I know. I was gonna give an example. Like, I'm only starting Bryce Young in a dynasty league, and I'm happy when he gets 12 points. So that's where that's where we're at with him, realistically.
All right, Superflex, half PPR. Pick 4 between Cousins, Burrow, Stevenson, and Kittle. Harms.
Those are 4.
Wait, there are 4.
Yeah, I was like,
well,
we did it, guy. We did it.
Good job.
You did it.
Pat ourselves on the back.
Sounds like you made your mind up.
In Superflex, if we had to pick 2 of those, are we going away from the quarterbacks, guys?
No,
I don't think so. Yeah. Between Stevenson and Kittle, who would you pick in Superflex? Or try to answer this question for him, whichever way it is.
I think I'm going to go Kittle.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't like it.
I heard a grumble. From Jagger. Are we going Ramondre?
It's by like a little bit. Like he said, like none of them feel good.
All right. Sit 1, Nico Collins versus Carolina, Pickens versus Jacksonville, or Olave versus Indianapolis. That's tough.
Pickens versus Jacksonville for me.
It's at Pickens?
Yeah.
By
based on the matchup, I agree. Yeah.
All right. Good morning, Morgan. For PPR, don't want to bench either of these guys, but they have to. Puka or CD Lamb. Ooh. Oh, find a way to get them both in there. What's going on?
We have to here. We have to.
Talk to me in the Discords, like where you could send me screenshots more. I need.
We need a little more. But in a vacuum, I'm sitting Puka.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it in the way that Kupp kind of had a down game last week, maybe this is like let's throw the ball to Kupp a little bit more. Puka has the down game, but it seems like Tyler Higbee's been the victim of that duo there, because Higbee's really had no work at all, where Puka and Kupp have both stayed pretty active. So
yeah, instead of 9 points, Higbee gets none.
No. I need those 9 points though.
ESM 1957 in here. That was a good year. QB issues here. Geno or Purdy today? It'd be Brock Purdy for me if he's going to play. And then picked up Murray for the week going forward. That's a good play. Kyler Murray is going to be back.
I'm a little nervous about Brock Purdy coming off a concussion where he got it on a Monday, magically made it through the concussion protocol on Friday against a Bengals defense coming off a bye, which hasn't been that great, but also, I don't know. It's tough. It's a very, very tough situation for me. I would personally lean Geno begrudgingly, but I understand starting Purdy.
I want to apologize publicly to you for just skipping over it like it was a given. So that I apologize. That's my negligence there. Daniel's in here. Half PPR Ferguson or versus the Rams, or Jonnu versus the Titans. Maybe Jake Ferguson for me. Jagger, where you at on that one?
I think I would roll out Jonnu, to be honest. I know that's crazy.
I would too.
But...
I would too. I don't like it. Okay. It's not fun, but I think Jonnu's more involved in the offense consistently than Ferguson is.
Annie in here. Good morning, Annie. Morning. Purdy or Stroud also needs one wide receiver and a flex. So Purdy and Stroud, I think we're all pretty united on Stroud. And then one receiver and one flex out of DJ Moore, Nico Collins, Deontay Johnson, Christian Kirk, and Kareem Hunt.
All right.
Let's see. Christian Kirk has been a really popular player for us today, so I assume he's going to be within this group. And then probably between DJ Moore, Nico, and Deontay. Where are you at?
I'm doing the math, the big brain stuff, and I'm starting Nico for my stack. So,
ooh, okay.
I like that. Yeah, it's if this was a different quarterback, I think I would go Deontay, but it's Purdy. Yep. I mean, it's Stroud and Nico and Christian Kirk. I like that a lot.
We've reached my favorite portion of the show every week, where we go to waffles with a picture of pancakes.
Yes,
every week it hits the name. Ahoy! One PPR, Alexander Madison, Dameon Pierce, or Hubbard. Needs upside as much as facing the highest score. He has Tyreek, Puka, etc. Much appreciated. Gotcha. So he needs upside with this pick between Madison, Pierce, and Hubbard. And
I still PPR. Like Pierce. I think he's just the better
Pierce.
Play.
Miles Sanders is going to be playing this week, so Hubbard's at least at a 50-50. And then, I'm just
Makers is starting to get some work in Minnesota too. So, it's Dameon Pierce.
All right, Jack in here. Good morning, Jack. Pick one for his flex and full PPR. Joshua Palmer, Rashee Rice, first time his name's popped in here today. Deontay Johnson, Roshan Johnson, and Brian Robinson. Thank you. And kudos to me to not messing up those last three names all in a row with the similar sound there. I couldn't even get Smith right this week on a short, and Jagger called me out on it. That's okay, though, Jagger. Still love you. So pick one in PPR. So who are we going there? For me, it'd be Deontay Johnson. Harms, where are you going?
Yeah, it's Deontay, and I'm sure we'll get to it, but something has just popped up that has come to my attention about Patrick Mahomes. So it's going to be Deontay Johnson.
Oh, please fill us in about Patrick Mahomes. What's going on?
You can look at this one of two ways. He's fighting through the flu. So either he has a flu game and he just goes off, or they don't throw the football in the cold, which the high is 20 degrees in Denver today. Jagger, you tell us how it is out there. It's the first time they played in cold all season. So I'm a little skittish on Rashee Rice this week.
Okay.
So I mean, if you're not ready for it, because if you're not ready for that weather, then I like especially after hearing that, I think that you should probably be benching Rashee. Because let's be honest, he's been a flex play to begin with, and he's someone that's done really well. We all love Rashee, but this is it's a I almost said sorry, Joe. It is a storm, a poop storm.
You're good. You only have to apologize if you say it, Jacker.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So that's interesting about Patrick Mahomes. We'll have to dive in a little bit. Oh, Mike. Here's the thing, guys. If you have a dog and you put them in the avatar picture, I will put your question up on the screen. I will scroll for the dogs at the end if I need to. Is Purdy safe to start in Superflex format over Puka? Oof, that's a hard one.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, man. That's tough.
I think it's
Puka is okay. Go ahead.
This is another. Who are your other? Yeah, who are your other wide receivers? Is like again, I said this last week with Zay Flowers. I'm gonna say it this week with Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua is a top 12 wide receiver, probably week over week right now. So like whatever you do, figure out how to get Puka in your lineup, and then everything else is secondary at this point. So
I like it.
All right, Munzie Munson here.
No.
Should I drop Roshan Johnson for Devin Singletary? Absolutely not. Yakup. Ooh, Bill Murray. I do like Bill Murray. Hello and good morning. Need to drop one. Cam Akers, Jaleel McLaughlin, or Deonta Foreman. Thanks for the help. You're very welcome for the help. If we're dropping one out of the three,
Foreman.
Foreman.
Yeah, because if when Herbert comes back, he's back to a healthy scratch, in my opinion. McLaughlin, say what you want about the Broncos team, McLaughlin can ball, man. He looks really good, and Sean Payton really likes him. Akers, we know what that is, and we know that Madison sucks. So that's my process per se.
Yeah, I think at best you're hoping that Foreman gets into a three-way backfield and there's just no upside and you can't really figure out what's going to happen there. So just don't even worry about it. Don't let it be a headache for you each week.
Yeah.
All right, Clayton in here. Good morning, Clayton. Thanks for the great advice. Full PPR starting Puka and Keenan Allen at wide receiver and Josh Jacobs at running back. Great job. So he needs a flex and an RB help. He's got Flowers, Rashee Rice, Zach Moss, Robinson. We're going to guess that's Brian Robinson, Tajay Spears, and Devin Singletary. So he needs a flex and running back out of that group. Let's get the running back first out of the way. Zach Moss might not be playing this week. He's questionable. So Brian Robinson or Tajay Spears, I would lean Brian Robinson.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, whatever Robinson it is, that's where I'm at. So.
And then the flex is going to be Zay Flowers. I think we're united on that.
I think
over
we
Rice.
all agree there.
Yep. And Mixon versus Josh Downs, most potential for upside. Harms, what do you think about that?
I mean, I think we saw the ceiling play for Josh Downs last week. Do I think that happens again? No. Joe Mixon has a tough matchup, but I think we all understand that he's going to get volume. Clearly because he's their starting running back. That's not guaranteed for Josh Downs. So I would lean Joe Mixon in this situation because he's also going to get catches.
All right. Epidemic is in here. Good morning, guys. Standard League. Should I start Madison or Aaron Jones, who's been eased in and is killing his lineup lately? Is this the week that Jagger we see Aaron Jones just kind of get unlocked? That they let him play a full workload?
Let's say this is the week that we hope. So I'm still starting Aaron Jones over Madison. Like, could he be eased back? Yeah, I just think Madison, I've been saying it since like the offseason. This is not a guy you want to invest a whole lot in because it's not he's not winning any weeks. So Aaron Jones could.
All right, Harms. Puka over Cup. Ooh, why do you have to make that decision, Zach?
Over Cup? No, I wouldn't do it myself. But again, if you have to make this decision, what else is going on? There's got to be something else where you can get Puka and Cup in the same lineup here. There's got to be somebody.
Mm-hmm. It says the FFPC weekly challenge. So there might be.
Okay. Over Cup.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Still take Cup over Puka just based on track record.
They allow one player per team.
Okay.
Okay. I still lean Puka personally. So you got to split the difference again, Joey.
Here's why I'm going to take Cup. I have them both on my main home league team, and because Cooper Kupp had a down week last week, I think he might just have a little bit better. And it's just a strategy play is all.
Yeah.
Is
why like I said, sometimes you got to play with your heart, and my heart says Cooper Kupp.
I play with my heart too often, and that's what normally gets me in trouble. Start Ramondre Stevenson or Aaron Jones. Ooh, that's a question. I'm gonna throw it to Jagger first.
It's Ramondre for me by a little bit. One, I think he's healthy, and again, like I kind of said earlier today, I think that we're starting to see the receiving work coming in and giving Ramondre a nice floor.
Harm's right on that one.
Oh, I don't like it. That's what I'll say first off. I'm going ceiling play with Aaron Jones specifically because I watched Ezekiel Elliott dust Ezekiel Elliott sneak away a touchdown from Ramondre Stevenson last week, and I hated every second of it. And despite what I like about Ramondre Stevenson, I'm going to take the upside in Aaron Jones, and I don't like it.
I'd go Aaron Jones too. And Wes is going to want us to know if we should play Higgins over Aaron Jones, and I would play Higgins over Aaron Jones.
Yep.
I think we're all in agreement there. All right. And Harm's going to come to you. Do you have any good kickers this week that you like?
Ooh, kickers. That's one I didn't have on my bucket list. I mean, look, we're talking about weather kind of games. They can get tricky in the red zone. I mean, I love Harrison Butker every week because he's, in my opinion, the best kicker in the NFL right now. But if you're looking,
no bias why you would say that.
There's no bias at all. Absolutely not. I also think this might be a good bounce back week. I know no one wants to like it, but for Jake Moody, he's had a rough go of it lately. And I do think that the Bengals defense, which started out pretty rough to begin the season, is starting to put some pieces together. And in the red zone, you might find the 49ers with Brock Purdy, maybe not fully healthy. We're not entirely sure what he's going to look like. Have to settle for some field goals. So I think it's a bounce back week for Jake Moody.
Okay. We've got about 10 minutes left here, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. If we don't get to your questions, you can leave a comment to say, why didn't you get to my question? Or here's another option for you. You can hop over to Discord at noon where Jagger will be there answering all of your questions and breaking some of those down a little bit more. Jagger's been calling you guys out to see, he wants to see some screenshots. So bring them to him over there. Zach's in here. Thanks for the great content. Thank you for saying that it's great. Half PPR, Garrett Wilson or Nico? He's got two questions in here. So Garrett Wilson or Nico off top. Jagger, where are you going on that?
Man, that's close. I think I'm going to go Garrett Wilson because I like the Giants matchup here. And I think if there's any week where we're going to see him bust out a huge play, it's this one. And Zach Wilson has figured out at least to get him targets. So.
All right, Harms, Aaron Jones or Javonte, where are you going on that one?
I'll stick with my guns on the upside play. I think it's Aaron Jones still. I know he's been hurt, but I'll take Aaron Jones.
All right. And Joshua Henderson's got a deep question for us. Joshua Palmer, Deontay Johnson, or Hollywood Brown? He did, and then the comment below, he did say he meant Hollywood Brown over Goodwin. And I think it'd be Hollywood Brown for us today.
My start of the week, absolutely Hollywood Brown.
All right. And then Francis, JSN, Tajay Spears, or Devin Singletary half PPR? I think it'd be between JSN and Spears for us. Jagger, where would you go between those two guys?
Spears for half PPR. If it was full PPR, I'd like JSN better, but that half point's enough for me to lean Spears.
Harms, you with us on that one?
I'm not. I'll go JSN. I think this week is Derek. I think it's King Henry's week personally against the Falcons. Yeah, I'll go JSN.
Okay. All right. I like Spears a little bit more than JSN with everything. It's really close though.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's about to say it's really close.
Demario Douglas or Kendrick Bourne, 1 point PPR.
Kendrick, he's the wide receiver one on that team. It's like not like Douglas is good, but Kendrick Bourne is he should have had a better career than he's had.
Yes.
We discussed Demario Douglas in our Football Guys Roundtable article, which you can go check out this week. And I actually connected the Demario Good game to Super Mario Brothers Wonder coming out. And so it was inevitable that Mario would have a good game this week. I don't know if there's a direct correlation, but thank you, Matt Waldman, for sticking that joke in there that I put in there to make you laugh. So, and Joseph Harris, any status update on Mostert? Mostert did say that he was going to play today himself. So from the workhorse's mouth, nailed it. He said he's going to play. So I like to believe players when they say they're going to play. Austin Eckler's been really good about that in the past couple of years. If he's been like, hey, I'm not going to play, he's not played. And when he's like, hey, I want to be out there, he has been. So, all right, Seth with a great mustache. Congratulations, Seth, on that. I wish I had a brush like that. DK, Downs, or Rice in the flex? Harms, where are we going there?
We'll go DK. I like Downs. I like Rice. I just feel like DK Metcalf as a flex play, you're in a good spot.
All right. And Jagger, DK or Zay Flowers? Where are you at?
Oh, man. I think I still like Zay Flowers right now. I like Zay Flowers right now. So He finally got in the end zone. This offense runs through Mark Andrews and him. Geno doesn't look good right now, and DK Metcalf can't score touchdowns, and that's like his thing. So it's like Daniel said earlier.
All right, we're going to go on a rapid fire through the next 5 minutes. So I'm going to try to get as many of these in here as I can. Harms, Darrell Henderson, Chris Olave, or Rashee Rice? Where are you going?
Chris Olave.
All right. Jagger, Joe Burrow. Is he a good start today? How
Yes.
comfortable are you starting Joe Burrow? Awesome. Harms, Mixon or London? Where are we at on that one?
I'll take the volume with Joe Mixon.
PW97, Pierce, Javonte or Hunt. I'm going to just say Dameon Pierce. And then Scott, Jagger, Javonte or Foreman?
Oof, Javonte by smidge.
All right, John's in here. Good morning, John. Harms, he needs to. Puka Nacua, Devontae Smith, Terry McLaurin, Zay Flowers, and Deontay Johnson. 5 really good options there.
2 of them, you go Puka and Zay, and then hope everyone else just, goes away.
Yeah, I'd find a way to get Devontae Smith in your flex if you can. All right. Ooh, Mr. Scamper's in here. Ooh. I was Mr. Scamper's for Halloween on Thursday. Chili cheese fries or chili baked potato? Can cats eat either of those? I don't know. Fries?
I love a baked potato, though. I don't know, man.
I think baked potatoes are overrated. Go fries.
Oh, I agree with you. All right, Chris SB in here. Good morning, fellas. Jagger, 1 point PPR. Pick one. T. Higgins, Hollywood Brown, Tank Dell, or Jahan Dotson.
Wide receiver 2 season. It's Higgins, baby.
All right. Harms, Danny's got a question for us. Javonte or Hunt in full PPR?
Javonte. It's got to be Javonte, I think.
All right. If Purdy's cleared, is he the starter? Yeah. He's the starter if he's cleared.
Yeah.
All right. And Harms, Foreman, Singletary, or DeMarcado?
Oh, DeMarcado's got better upside for catches, so yeah, him.
Okay. Jagger, Max is thinking. We can see that he's thinking here. Of these 3, can he start 2? DJ Moore, Drake London, or Nico Collins? Pick 2.
Oh, London and Moore by a smidge. No, London and Nico. I'm going to keep, yeah.
All right. Harms, Munsey's got a question. Who has the most upside this week? Javonte, Roschon, or Jeff Wilson?
Oh, that's a tough one. Let's go Jeff Wilson. I don't like it, but...
All right. Dickinson, need 2 to start one of these running backs. 10-man full PPR. Dameon Pierce, Roschon Johnson, or Kareem Hunt? I'll just go ahead and say Dameon Pierce there. And then Jagger, flex, Nico Collins, or Marquise Brown?
Nico.
And yeah, kept saying hello, good morning. Needs to drop 1 Foreman. Oh, we already went over that. Yeah, he's not had a whole lot of production so far. We're thinking today might be the day for him.
It's a matchup against the Panthers. Have one of the worst rush defenses. It's all about matchup.
And full PPR, Hunt, Higgins, Dell, or Deontay Johnson? Harms already out on that one.
That's like the guy's been saying, wide receiver 2 season. It's T. Higgins.
Beautiful. All right, Jelly Jam. Ooh, I like that. JJ.
Nice.
Tank Dell, Gus Edwards, DK, or Javonte in the flex. Non-PPR, so it's the standard league. Jagger.
I think I like Gus here. No, I'm sorry. I forgot Tank's there. Let's go with Tank. Let's shoot for the moon here.
I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be playing. So Jacoby Myers or Christian Kirk? Were we on that, Harms?
It's Kirk still. Better quarterback. Yeah.
Agreed. And then Rashee Rice over Olave with the Patrick Mahomes news? Most likely not. All right. And Massachusetts football guy. He's actually DeMarcado, who we just picked up, or Nico Collins or Brown. It's still going to be, was it Hollywood Brown? We said, yeah.
Collins. Either way, like DeMarcado does nothing in that for me.
And Joseph Mostert said he is going to play. So as long as Mostert was not telling lies today, he is going to play. And full PPR needs to start either Josh Downs, Ramondre, Lockett, or Waller. He's already got Pitts as the starting tight end today. Would we swap any of those guys? Would we swap Waller for any of those guys today? I would for actually all 3 of them. None of the 3 of them. I'm sorry. So I'd rather play Josh Downs and Lockett and Ramondre. Yep. All right. And will Monday Night Football be this year's dud of the year? I don't know. Was it Lions and Raiders?
Look at Sunday Night Football with the Chargers and the The Bears. That might be the dud of the year.
I was just looking at that. I'm like, that's the Sunday night game. I was like, can we flex this?
Office Depot's been in here with us every week. He said his lineups are set. He doesn't need our help. He just wanted to say hi. Well, hello. It's nice to know that we're useless to you now. Yeah.
Love the thumbnail. Love the profile.
Yeah, I know. We know what original Eureka's been doing. Half PPR, start one. Let's be the last question. Ridley, Watson, or Addison?
Addison.
Addison.
Do you agree? Yeah. Ooh, you seem sad to say it, but
I am sad to say it, but it's Addison.
All right, guys, just a reminder, Jagger will be at noon over in the Discord, actually, like right now. So he's going to have to leave here pretty soon to hop over to the Discord to answer all of your start sit questions. Make sure to check out our weekly rankings. 100% free right now at footballguys.com, featuring Sigmund Bloom, Dave Kluge, Alfredo Brown, Jeff Bell, and myself. Dana, are your rankings up there in there as well?
I do not do rankings right now.
I'm
my
sorry.
feet wet
You want my
here.
spot?
I don't think so.
The link is in the description of the video. And then, like I said, Jagger's over at the Discord. And the link for that, I'm going to throw it in the chat right at this exact moment so you guys have it. Any parting words for us today, Jagger and Harms? Anything you guys got to say?
Good luck. God bless. Eat good.
Don't look at your lineups until at least after the first slate of games, okay? Just don't give yourself that stress. I do it every single week, and the next week I'm like, don't look at them. Just wait. It's stressful for no reason.
Yeah.
He's
Harms,
right. I play.
Yep.
I play a video game to not touch my phone while like the games are on to not get anxiety. He's completely right. Like, that's good advice, actually.
Well, Jagger, I have fun with you here every week. Harms, though, like, seriously, what a treat having you in here with us today. You're welcome back anytime Jeff Bell decides he doesn't want to hang out with us.
Next time, I'll just make sure to give him another assignment. Longer next time.
All right. Well, everybody, you go have a great week. Enjoy week 8 football, and we'll see you next week.